Hello everyone, today we are going to look at the hop-up chamber and the inner barrel of the SSG10 we have. We are going to disassemble the units. We are going to look inside what we have. We are going to look and see the hop-up packing and the stock inner barrel. Right before the assembly, we are going to upgrade the stock inner barrel to a Maple Leaf Crazy Jet 300mm precision barrel and review the whole system together. This is going to be a preliminary video for my next video, for the next mod that we are going to do, which is going to be the TDC, Top Dead Center mod. I hope you like it. Let's get right at it. Here we see the hop-up block. In order to take the hop-up block out, we basically need to unscrew 1 and 2 screws. The hop-up block that comes with SSG10 is not this one. The stock hop-up block has a different shape and different sitting points on the A1 or A2 that Novritsch is using. Since I've changed my stock to Maple Leaf stock, I would also recommend you to get the block that actually fits perfectly to a Maple Leaf stock that you upgrade. Next thing we have is basically the hop-up adjustment arm. Before we disassemble the whole system, we need to take out the hop-up adjustment arm by unscrewing this little screw. Now, since our hop-up is free, we can take out the cap in front of our outer barrel and take out our inner barrel and hop-up chamber. By pushing it forward, the hop-up chamber and inner barrel will come out quickly. Once we take it out, you can see that we have one single barrel spacer on the inner barrel. That is mostly enough because the system is holding the inner barrel from the hop-up chamber side. Then in the middle we have an barrel spacer, and at the front the barrel goes into the barrel cap, so it's basically a very stable inner barrel. We don't need more to it. We take the barrel spacer out. Now, in order to take apart our chamber, we have to unscrew 5 screws. These are these 2 front ones, one here in the middle holding the plate, and 2 holding the chamber together. So we will start with the small one here and take apart the plates later. And the last 2 are here on the chamber itself. So when we take out the chamber, we can take a look into inside immediately what we have. We can see the hop-up arm right here that is pushing down on our hop-up rubber. We can see the Autobot, Maple Leaf Autobot 60-degree hop-up rubber. We can also see some silver colored plastic shines that is holding the hop-up arm. We also see the BB blocker. Basically when the cylinder goes in, this is where it hits first in order to lock the cylinder head into the barrel. This is the system here with a spring, and we can see immediately our barrel. The other thing that you can see on this arm is this metal piece that is on this arm, which moves together with the hop-up adjustment so that we can have a pressure on the hop-up arm. Whenever we are moving it, This is basically pressuring the hop-up arm into the rubber. You can take these two apart and put aside. And finally, we can take our barrel out. The inner barrel is also very looking like a maple leaf inner barrel. I'm not sure exactly which one is it, but this is a 6.01 millimeter precision inner barrel that is oxidized, fully oxidized, and it's, I think, brass. From my perspective, as a stock inner barrel, this is not a really bad one, but actually, when you're using SSG10 or when you're playing with a sniper, the only important thing is the accuracy, and the accuracy mostly comes from a proper inner barrel, not the length, not the width that much, because when you're using a 6.1 or 6.01 or 6.03 or 6.04, the difference is going to be a couple of FPS in between, and it's not going to make the accuracy much better. The accuracy is better with the finish of the inner barrel and how straight the inner barrel is. So using a quality inner barrel is helpful rather than really the 0.01 millimeters of a change. So in order to take our hop-up rubber, we can basically slowly push it backwards and put our hop-up rubber next to it. So as you can see, the stock inner barrel has a very clean, big, unbridged entry, which helps you to control the hop-up very nicely. But the thing is, again, from my perspective, the accuracy is the most important. And the second thing that accuracy is coming from, with a stock barrel without any different modes, is the fitting of the hop-up rubber to the inner barrel. So if you are using the same brands together, maple leaf hop-up bucking with a maple leaf inner barrel, that's going to be the perfect fit, just because this is the maple leaf crazy jet 0.64 300 millimeters precision inner barrel. The cutting inside the rubber is exactly matching to the unbridged opening of the inner barrel from maple leaf. So the whole idea is to match exactly the same size and cover it fully so that we have a great air seal. We do not have rubber pushing down on different sides of the rubber, and it fits perfectly. So now we are going to put the rubber onto our new barrel. You can see that there is a guiding line in the hop-up rubber that goes below the inner barrel. There's exactly the same line also over there, and if you just put it in this direction, in that direction, and push the hop-up rubber in top of it, it fits immediately with all the openings very, very nicely. This is the best combination I have found already. I know that there are some other precision barrels that many players are saying that are much better than maple leaf, but from my perspective, the best thing that you can do is the matching of the inner barrel to your hop-up bucking. That is going to provide you the best air seal and also the best accuracy when you apply some hop-up pressure. Next thing we are going to do, we are going to put our barrel back into its space. You will see the alignment in the other side of the hop-up chamber wall, that there is this opening right here that is going to cover this little piece that the hop-up rubber have on it. So we put basically also the arm back in place. Now what we need to do is to get our pieces back in order. Here on this arm there is a very little pin. Please try not to lose it, because this is going to make the the ticking sound to move whenever you are moving the hop-up adjuster when you're playing. So there is a little pin here. Do not forget to check if it's in place. There's also this spring and the spring stopper, so the BB stopper here. Please try to also align the spring properly in place, or else it's not going to be that easy to close the chamber. Then we are going to put the last piece on top of our hop-up chamber after we close it. Here you have this metal piece that is going to go through this opening on top of the hop-up arm. So it's going to be outside of the hop-up arm, so that whenever we move from this side, this direction, it's going to make a pressure onto the hop-up rubber. So we place basically our hop-up chamber back in place. As you can see, this opening will align immediately with the maple leaf hop-up rubbers, Autobot hop-up rubbers piece that has on side. Now we can put this metal piece also in its place. It goes like this. You can maybe make a little bit pressure so that it finds its way, and we are done. The only thing that is remaining is to check if everything is sitting on its place, on their place, and if we have successfully closed the chamber. So what you need to check is the two upper sides, if there are no holes there at all, because sometimes the spring inside can pop out and it makes the chamber close much harder. And if you turn it back like this, you can also see that everything fits without any spaces in between perfectly. So now we can start screwing our hop-up chamber, and I'm going to start screwing the first two for closing the hop-up chamber itself. Do not force these screws, because if the hop-up chamber is not closing by itself, that means we definitely did something wrong and a piece is coming out of the chamber, and we don't want to break anything. We don't want to have the spring coming out. So do not force anything, just push it gently and you will see that it fits perfectly. If I show it like this, also there's no spaces in between, fits perfectly. The next thing we can do is to align these two pieces together and screw them. The last screw that we have to put on the hop-up chamber is this small one here, which is holding the plastic piece that moves the hop-up adjustment, hop-up arm adjustment. After screwing these, you can already try to test that if everything is moving smoothly and they are on the place. As you can see, the hop-up arm is having the pressure by moving these two plastic piece backwards. Now we need to take our auto barrel again. I am using a longer auto barrel currently, and the inner barrel that we just upgraded is the short version. This is the 300mm version. Normally, after you change your inner barrel, you need to also change your stock to a short version, then it fits perfectly. The thing is that my shorter inner barrel has already the TDC upgrade that I'm going to show in my next video. So I'm going to just assemble the rifle together with the longer auto barrel, and then in the next video we can see the shorter barrel. We take the hop-up chamber back on the place. We immediately can see the holes that are going to be screwed to the hop-up block, and we shouldn't forget our hop-up adjustment arm in order to have the hop-up adjustment sticking out from the side like this. And first screw that one in, And then we can move on to our hop-up block. The hop-up block has its place sitting on the chamber perfectly. And we screw these two. And the last thing is to put our cap back on the barrel. And we are done. So we have completed our assembly. Just for some final words, the hop-up chamber that comes with the SSG10 is a very quality, very tight, very nice cut hop-up chamber. I would not recommend to change the hop-up chamber to any of the other ones, which we are going to talk, the reason why I am saying this, we are going to talk about these reasons in my next video when we are looking at the TDC mod. And I would not recommend actually to spend more money on the hop-up chamber, which is going to cost you around maybe 60 euros or something. It is really not worth it. What I would do is definitely change the stock barrel, inner barrel, because I do believe that the Maple Leaf Crazy Jet is a better barrel, and also it is fitting with the Maple Leaf Autobot 60 degrees hop-up bucking perfectly together. I would definitely recommend using Maple Leaf Autobot 60 degrees if you are not going over 3 joules with your setup, or Autobot Maple Leaf Mr.Hop with these two inner barrels. They fit so nicely with the unbridged opening of the BB flow right at the end of the inner barrel, and you have a perfect air seal. I think it's best to use shorter outer barrel with a shorter inner barrel, because it brings you more agility, and this is a personal choice, of course. It depends on how you play Airsoft, but having a long outer barrel and a big suppressor, it's going to make your moves and movements much slower. From my perspective, the Crazy Jet 300mm inner barrel with a short Action Army outer barrel is a perfect combination. I hope you enjoyed this video, and again, as we told at the beginning of our video, this was a preparation for the TDC mod we are going to look at. I hope you enjoyed it. Please do not forget to leave any comments, any questions if you have them below the video. And please do not forget to subscribe to my channel. See you in the next video.